Hey, this is Mr. Ward, and I am doing a video key for Do Now number 19.2 for A and B block. And so here we go. So have you checked your levels data sheet lately? If not, go do that now. So, I do that every day. I'm all over that. That's what you should be doing. If you're not, please make a change in your practice so you are, because that is a key element of guiding you to what you need to do next. I update that about 2 or 3 times a week. So even though it might say last updated on December 14th, that doesn't represent when it was last updated. That just represents when the structure of that spreadsheet was updated. The data gets updated whenever I update my overall spreadsheets and they populate information into it. So let's look at this equation. Number 1a. In the equation, y minus 9 equals negative 3/4 x plus 5. What is a point we could immediately plot? Okay, remember that subtracting a negative is like adding a positive. So remember, this is a point slope form equation in the structure of y minus a y value. So that's a y value equals slope times x minus an x value. Well, we can easily plot. So I'm going to just do this like this. We can put in the y value, which is definitely 9. And some of you might be a little thrown off by this x plus 5. But x plus 5 is the same as x minus negative 5. So that's just the same as x minus negative 5. So this here, negative 5, is the other part of that point. So that's the x value. So negative 5, 9 is your point. So there you have it. That is the point for that you need to find. That's the obvious plot point. Now, we know that the slope is negative 3/4. So in the equation, y minus 9 equals negative 3/4 x plus 5. The slope is negative 3/4. That's where the slope is, right there. Slope is there. Okay, and just to remind you, it's basically y minus some known y value, which I'll label y value 1, equals slope times x minus some known x value from that same point. That's why they're both number 1. Okay, and so that is the point slope form, and it is a line that goes through x1, y1, and has a slope of m. So this goes through negative 5, 9, and has a slope of negative 3/4. So that means it's a rise of negative 3 and a run of 5. Okay, so if we were to plot the point right here, we're just going to call this point negative 5, comma 9. Okay, that's that point. So if we wanted to find another point, we could use that slope. So that negative 3/5 is really the rise is really a fall. So that could be like a fall of 3 and a run of 5. So we can go down 3 from there. Okay, so now the y value will be 6 because we went down 3 from there. And then over 4, so plus 4. And so the x value will be 4 more than negative 5. So we'll have a new point that's down 3 and over 4. So down 3 puts us at a y value of 6. And over 4, increasing negative 5 by 4 becomes a negative 1. So we have a point at negative 1, 6. And then we can go the other direction. Instead of down 3 over 4, we could go up 3, so plus 3, back 4. So this time, we're changing the vertical by 3 and the horizontal by 3. So we'll have a point here, the vertical part. It doesn't matter which one you deal with first, by the way. The vertical part, 9 plus 3, becomes 12. The horizontal part, negative 5 minus 4, brings you 4 more negative from negative 5 to negative 9. So there is another point on this line, and they line up nicely. You can draw a line through them using a straight edge, and so you can easily get negative 1 comma 6 and -9, 12 as additional points. Okay, and now, and then of course I kind of give you an answer key right here for that. So then you just need a straight edge. You draw a line through them. So let's consider the next line. Consider the equation 7x minus 4y equals 56. What are 2 points that are definitely on this line? Okay. So one of those points is going to be, well, here's what we do. Let's find the x-intercept. 7x minus 4 times 0 equals 56. Why 0? Because when you're on the x-axis, y is 0. So we don't care about minus 4 times 0. That just becomes 7x equals 56. And so x will equal 56 over 7. Well, look at that, 56 over 7. It's the c coefficient divided by the x coefficient, letter A there. So 56 over 7, which is 8. So you have an x-intercept at 8, 0. Let's look at the y-intercept. To get the y-intercept, instead of turning y into 0, we'll turn x into 0. So 7 times 0 minus 4y equals 56. Okay, and we don't care about 7y, so we just care about -4, 7. We don't care about 7 times 0. Let me restate that. We just care about -4y, which will equal 56. And then we can solve that. Y will equal 56 over -4. Look at that, 56 over -4, 56 over -4. And that will get you -14. Now, let's plot that y-intercept. So that y-intercept will be at 0, -14. Okay, so there are your intercepts for that line. Copy them up here so they're really visible for me when I look at my key. Okay, now I've got 2 points. I've got 8, 0, and 0, -14. So if I were to draw a graph, I'll have 8, 0 here, and somewhere down here, I'll have 0, -14. So that's -14. The x value is 0 at that point. And this is 8, 0. Okay, if I were to draw a line between these 2 points, you probably already see it's going to go. Let me undo that. That was terrible. If I were to draw a line between those 2 points, or going through those 2 points, it's going to go up to the right. So slope is going to be positive, greater than 0. So I don't really have to worry about getting my slope sign wrong. I just need to keep track of that. It's just going to be a positive. So I know my vertical change from 0, -14 to 8, 0. The vertical change is 14. And the horizontal change from 0, -14 to 8, 0 is 8. So 14 over 8, that is my slope. So 14 over 8, it is a positive slope because it's up to the right. I can reduce that to 7 over 4. And that's my slope. I hope that helps.